Hey, what's up, guys? This is Shawnee. I am the host of the Girl Take No podcast. I am only here because I am testing out my live stream on Instagram and YouTube. Oh, no, I'm sorry, YouTube and Facebook. So I decided to do a live episode of live show. Well, this is not even an episode, honestly. This is really just a test episode because going forward for 2023, I do want to do some live stream episodes to give people more of the insight look on the show as it is being recorded. And of course, the show will be available for you on all your streaming platforms as well as YouTube with the live and also with Facebook with the live. And so this is my first time doing it. I am recording this live through my studio in Riverside Studio. Riverside is the software that I use to record all of my podcast episodes for video and also audio. And I never had any issues with it. They've been super great. They've been very responsive in terms of when things need to be processed quickly. So I haven't had any issues with them or with the software itself. But like I said, I'm just on here. I'm really just testing this out. I'm hoping that it comes out pretty good. You know what I mean? But I want to also let you guys know what you can expect from the upcoming season of the Girl Take No podcast. So we are launching season 2 on February 2nd, and that'll be the first episode for season 2 on Thursday, February 2nd. As you know, every Thursday, we launch a new episode. And I want you guys to make sure you mark your calendars. Follow me on YouTube. I am Girl Take No podcast. Also follow me on Twitter. I am Take Note Girl. Follow me on Instagram, Girl Take No Pod. And also follow me on Facebook on Girl Take No Pod as well. So on TikTok as well as I'm on TikTok as well. So follow me over there when you guys get opportunity. And just make sure you keep up with me and keep out seeing all the content that I'm producing. And so this season of the Girl Take No podcast, I really want to bring in more guest co-hosts. I want to have a lot more guests on to interview. And of course, I have some solo episodes as well. But I want to make it a little bit more formatted. I feel like last season, I was just kind of like all over the place and I'm just doing kind of whatever I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But this time I want to make sure that I have a little bit more of a structure to the show and really plan things out the way I need to and not just kind of do things on the fly. You know what I mean? Because honestly, this podcast is really just me being able to express myself and do some of the things that I want to talk about, some of the things that I want to talk about with you guys. Because at the end of the day, when I do solo podcasts, I always think about, well, I'm not really doing it by myself. I have you, my listeners, who are actually here with me. You take me along on your drives. When you're driving in the morning for work, you either take me along when you're doing your walks outside or when you're working out in the gym or when you're sitting at your desk and you just put your earbuds in and you pop me in and it's me and you. So it's like just me and you having a conversation when it's just me doing my episodes on my own. But I'm going to give a lot more guests this time around. I'm going to get additional microphones. I'm going to get more cameras. So you will see the show actually evolve season 2. Probably starting maybe around March, April, you'll start seeing the quality of the content will be a lot different. You'll see a lot more diverse angles of the camera because I'm investing in some really good equipment. The audio will begin to sound different as I'm upgrading my microphones. And so I'm excited. I'm excited about season 2. I think season 2 is really going to be the beginning of where this podcast should be. You know what I mean? Bringing in people who can actually help me produce the show and cut and do all the editing that needs to be done to the software, to the videos that is in the audio. And I'm excited about it. I'm going to get a lot more people on the show for you guys. So it's going to be a really good season. It's going to be a great season 2. I'm really looking for this podcast to really grow. In terms of listener base, I got to thank all 3,100 listeners who have downloaded and listened to my podcast. I really do appreciate you guys. Looking to double, triple, quadruple that number going forward. You know what I mean? So, and get a lot more listeners that will be able to listen to the podcast. But I'm super grateful for the ones that I do have. I mean, a win is a win is what I tell people. We got to celebrate our wins, no matter how small they may be. We have to celebrate them. And for me to be able to achieve 3,100 downloads of my podcast in just 4 months, maybe I started in October of 22. I gotta say that's pretty fucking good. I gotta pat myself on the back. I think I did a pretty good job with that. But I know I can do better, and I know I can do more, and I know I can give you guys really great quality content. So, you guys get to come with me on this journey, and as you see the visuals, and as you hear the audio, and you hear the guests that I have, and you see this show evolve, you'll be able to say, "Wow, I was with Shawnee when she first started this podcast, and now I see how she has grown and how she has elevated." And now it's like this world renowned podcast that so many people are on and that she's doing so well. That's the story I'm trying to tell. That's what I'm manifesting. So for 2023, I decided to do more manifestations versus resolutions. You know what I mean? And what I also decided is that I wasn't going to pack my list up with all these different things that I know I want to do. I was going to be very laser focused and be very specific in terms of like what I want to achieve this year. And I'm excited about those things that I'm going to manifest. And you know what else I decided to? That I wasn't going to share what those are, because I feel like every year I set goals for myself. I share them with people. I talk. I talk. And to the point where I talk myself out of the shit. And then it's like December's here and I'm just like, damn, you know what? I really didn't achieve the majority of the stuff that I really wanted to do. But one of the big things that I know that I wanted to do in 2022 was reclaim my time and find things that bring me joy. And the way I did that was that I changed my job. So I found a job that allows me to have the time to actually sit here and do this podcast. And then I also created the podcast because the podcast is what brings me personal joy. So you see what I mean? Those two things were two major things that I really wanted to do for myself. And I achieved those things. And so by December came when it's time to make a new year and what I want to achieve for 2023. I felt good about going out of 2022 because I didn't feel like a failure because I had this long ass list and I barely completed 2% of the list. You know what I mean? I felt good about myself because I had two things I really wanted to do. And I had more shit I wanted to do, of course, for 2022. But I feel like those two things really did kind of make me feel like, okay, girl, you did your shit for 2022. You did it. You did it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't even make it to 2023. You made it, number one. And number two, you accomplished two great things by reclaiming your time and also finding something that brings you joy. You've been creating your joyful moments, even through some hardship. Now, I'm not telling you that 2022 has been so great. I went through some hard shit as well. But I feel like because I was able to achieve those two things now, I feel like I'm on top of the world. So that's kind of how I'm approaching 2023 is that I'm moving in a place of manifestation. I'm being very focused, laser focused on what I want. And I'm not packing. I don't have all this large list. I have things on my list that I want to achieve, but I have major things that I want to achieve this year. And I'm not telling everybody about it. I'm just manifesting it. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to continue to talk. It's like when we say we're going to lose weight. Like that's probably one of everybody's biggest goal for whatever year they're going into. If you're in that position where you need to lose weight, because I needed to lose weight. It is always on my fucking list every year. Oh, I got to get my shit right. I got to get my body right. I got to get right. And I decided that this year, it's not about losing weight. It's more so about being fit and being strong and being healthy. Because as you get older, it's really about your health. It's not just about being the skinniest girl and trying to be the baddest bitch you can be, because bad bitches are not healthy either. It's a lot of bad bitches out here that walk around need to get their health together. Do you know what I mean? Because just because you're skinny or some people are in great shape doesn't mean that they're healthy. So I want to be in great shape, but I also want to be healthy. So it required for me to be healthy, I have to pay attention to my body. I have to put the right things in my body that's going to feed my body and not hurt my body. And I have to take care of my mental state as well as my physical state. And so that's what I'm focused on for 2023 is being healthy mentally, physically as well. You know what I mean? And really being strong and being fit. That's what my focus is. And sometimes we kind of get knocked off focus. You know what I mean? We get knocked off, but this year I'm fighting through it and I want to achieve that. And also this year, I decided, hey, you know what? I admire people who can sit down with a book and read. I put that out on my Instagram and TikTok. Is like, I really admire people who can pick up a book, open it up, sit down in a quiet space and read. I'm not in a quiet space. They be in airports everywhere just reading. And I never been that girl that can do that. You know what I mean? I always been that girl that when I start reading, I get sleepy. And I think because I do it in the bed and I do it at night most of the time, because that's when my day has wind down, that's when I have the time. That's why I'm sleepy, because I'm tired now and now I'm trying to fucking read a book and the words are not jumping off the page from me and now I'm sleepy. And truth be told, every time I read the Bible, that's what happened to me too. So God forgive me. But it is. And so I decided that one of the things I'm going to manifest myself this year is that I'm going to be a reader. I'm going to read. I'm going to create an environment for reading. I'm going to find myself some good books. I got my first book. I've been kind of holding myself accountable, going on TikTok, doing some lives in terms of like holding myself accountable for reading. And so I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to become a reader. So it's called, I have segments that are called Becoming a Reader. And I think it's super important. I think reading is just one of those things that can really, just increase your knowledge, your vocabulary, really take you to a place, you know what I'm saying, that you've never been before. It can keep you excited about things. And I just think it's just, I don't know. I just think people who read are so much smarter. You know what I mean? Not to say that we can't, but I'm just saying people who read a lot, who are really into different books and stuff like that, and who can just really sit down and do it. So I started the book, and it's called Black Girls Must Die Exhausted. I should have brought it with me before I came in the studio, but I didn't. It's upstairs. And it's good. You know what I mean? And so I've been reading a few pages a day. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm reading like, 5, 10, 30 pages. I'm not. You know what I mean? Because I still have other things going on, but I still have to create a time for reading. And I think that's one of the things that I have to do because I'm in the process of getting my space together. But I still need to create a time. I need to schedule it in my day and say, hey, from 3 to 4, or either from 2 to 3 or 1 to 2 for an hour, you're going to sit down and you're going to read. And that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to schedule it in my day. I'm going to create my environment, right? I'm going to get a mindset for reading, and I'm going to schedule it in my day in order for me to have set times that I read. Because I don't know about you guys, but when you work from home, your day can be, you don't have a schedule. You don't have a routine. You know what I mean? When you go to an office, you normally have a routine. And you're going to be in that place, and you're going to be there for 8 hours, and you're going to do this and that. You got to drive, the commute home, the commute there. So you have a routine. You get home, you do your things that you do at home. When you work from home, you're home all the time. You kind of throw routines out the window. And so I decided that, you know what? I have to get back into a routine. I have to know that, okay, I'm going to get up at 7 a.m. I'm going to work out, right? I already get up at 5:50 to get the kid on the bus. I'm going to get up at 7 a.m. I'm going to work out. I'll work out from 7 to 8. I'm going to put a good hour in, 45 minutes, an hour, however long the workout is. And then from that, I'm going to work. I'm going to do some work. Because I have the kind of job where I told you I had to reclaim my time, where I have a true work-life balance. I never knew what work-life balance was. Work-life balance was until I got this job. And so because I have this job, I can create my life around the job. You know what I mean? I can work my hours however I choose to work my hours because I'm not on anybody's clock. I don't clock in. I don't do all that kind of stuff. And I don't have a micromanager as a boss. So it really allows me the opportunity to just work, do the work that I'm supposed to do. And that's just it. I'm a decision maker in my organization. So it's really a wonderful position for me. But I still need to schedule that time in. Okay, X amount of work. I do work from this time. I can take a break from work. I can actually have lunch. From lunch, I can read, or I can read while I'm on my lunch. You know what I mean? So I'm like, that's what I decided I'm going to do. I'm going to set myself a schedule, and I'm going to be regimented, because I know I do my best when I'm regimented. You know what I mean? When I'm just kind of like sporadic and all over the place, I'm just all over the place. I like to have some type of structure to my day because it allows me to achieve the things that I set out for myself. And I don't think that's wrong with that. I know some people who are kind of like freestyle, Nick, and freestyle all day long. And then there's some of us that need to be able to kind of plan our day out to make sure that we accomplish the things that we want to accomplish. And for me, that's going to be incorporating reading into my schedule. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. So no, I didn't set no resolutions. I was like, you know what? Fuck resolutions. I have some things I want to achieve. I'm going to manifest things in my life this year. We all have goals, but you know what I tell people also, don't pack your list up. I said it before, I guess. Don't pack your list up with all this stuff you want to do, because when you begin to list out all the things you want to achieve throughout the year, it becomes, some of it, honestly, it becomes unrealistic, right? And we need to do things that are achievable on that list, but also we need to shorten that list. You know what I mean? We just need to shorten it, because if we want to really have success, we need to learn to focus and be able to master certain things. We don't have to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. You know what I'm saying? We want to be a master of certain things, so we need to be able to focus and hone in on the things that we need to do. And I think that's what's important. I think that that's how I'm going to approach 2023. I do have a lot of things I want to do in my life overall, but I'm going to take it one step at a time. I'm going to attack one goal at a time, and I'm going to manifest. I'm going to manifest on that goal until it becomes reality. And I'm really going to practice true manifestation. I'm going to bring a guest on that really does delve into manifestation, that's really about that, and really maybe some approach that's about personal coaching to help us get on track with this year. I think that's so key to have, is to start off the year with maybe someone that about manifestation, maybe someone that will help us set our goals and get on track and how to stay on track even during the hard times, because the hard times when life challenges you, that's when we tend to retreat. You know what I mean? We tend to retreat, and we tend not to want to pursue the things we want to pursue because we're so much into whatever it is we're dealing with. We're in a sunken place. And we have to know how to still work towards our goals, even when you're going through hardship, even when you're faced with darkness. You still have to know how to push through. And I know that's hard for a lot of people. A lot of people can't push through. And it's okay sometimes to take time to deal with it, to process something, but you have to get back up and you have to get at it that next day. You cannot stay in it. If you stay in it, you will never achieve the things that you want to achieve. You'll never get to the place that you want to get to if you continuously stay in a place where you just feel sorry for yourself and you feel hurt and you're in just a sunken place. You have to pull yourself out of it, no matter how much it hurts you to pull yourself out of it, no matter how exhausting it may be. You have to do it, no matter what. It's just life. We only got one life to live. We don't get those. We're not like cats. We don't get 9 lives. You know what I mean? You are blessed if you're able to get a second chance at life. If something is happening, you're still here, and you don't want to waste it. You just don't. You know what I'm saying? Like you really want to make the best of your life. And what's so crazy about that is that we all can achieve it. I know it seems like impossible. We see successful people, we see famous people, and we're thinking like, man, they're just like the elite of the world. And they're not. They're really not. They're just like me and you. They're just people who just didn't give up on themselves. There are people who just continue to push through. A lot of times we don't get to see the story. We just hear the glory, right? We only see the glory. We just see where they are now versus where they came from and how long it took them to get there, the shit that they had to go through to get to where they are. So that's just the difference. The difference is that they just don't give up on themselves. Beyonce said you got to keep on running because the women don't give up on themselves. And that's the truth. And I'm not going to give up on myself. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how many times I fall down, no matter how many times I have a setback, I'm going to get up and I'm going to push through. That's what I'm going to do. And that's what I decided. Like I went on live and I was working out this morning, and that shit was hard this morning. It was all lower body, so it was all legs. And I have pain and I have knees that are bothering me and I have lower back pain. But you know what? I pushed through it. And the shit was hard. Like, I'm serious. Like, I felt like I was going to fucking die this morning. But it was hard. But I pushed through it. And I got through it because I'm like, you know what? I have to do this for myself. I have to do this. I have to get in the mindset of saying, what other choice do I have? You know what I mean? I got to get in a place where being healthy and being strong is my only option. I don't have an option to not be there. I don't have an option to be like, oh yeah, girl, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and eat that burger and them fries and them chips. Why not? I can't do that to myself anymore. I need to be realistic with myself. I need to be honest with myself. And so I'm holding myself accountable, and I'm trying to get in a place where my mindset change about my relationship with food and my relationship with working out. And I want to stay in a place where I'm motivated. I look at some of these women who are just like straight up gym rats. Like they are straight up people who are going to go to the gym no matter what. The gym is like their happy place. And that's why I was like, damn, I have to change my mindset and let the workout, because I'm not really a gym person. You know, I'm thinking about joining a personal training group, but I have to let the workout become my place of joy. You know what I mean? Like a place where I enjoy to be, I enjoy to work out, I enjoy to do certain things, and I have to change my mindset to it. And I think once I begin to change my mindset, because I'm working on this now, God, you guys, because I'm just a work in progress. And once we begin to change our mindset about it, then working out won't become such a chore to us. It won't be like, oh, I don't feel like doing this. And I think we're going to have those days regardless, because even people who work out a lot have days where they don't feel like it. But we know the benefits of it. And so we just keep going and we just keep pushing through. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change my mindset to it and look at it as something that I enjoy to do, something that I need to do for myself to release stress, right? To release tension. It's something that I have to do. And that's how I'm going to look at things going forward. I think that is probably one of the best ways for me to look at going on this healthy track and changing my way of eating, because our relationship with food is so strong. You know what I mean? Like I'm a foodie. Like I like good food. I believe food goes with great conversation. Food helps you get through things. You know what I'm saying? So I attach food to almost everything I do. I eat when I'm happy. I eat when I'm sad. So I'm just like, it doesn't even matter. Some people would say, I guess I'm an emotional eater. You know what I mean? But I love a good time. Like if me and my girlfriends get together, first thing we say, oh, we just want to get together with some good food and some good drinks, because that's what kind of help us get through it. You know what I mean? Food and drinks kind of goes together when it comes to having a joyful time, right? And so I can still have that mindset, but it's all about the choices that I make and the food that I bring to the table. So don't have to have the chicken wings and the French fries. I can have something else that is a lot more healthy and still have that joyful moment with my girls. But food is always a part of everything that we do. I mean, hell, even when we go to funerals, we know for sure we're going to eat. Right? So maybe this is just something that has been embedded in us from like young, that we celebrate, we have food to celebrate. When someone dies in your family, we have food at the funeral. We have the repast because everybody got to eat. So it's like, I never been to a funeral where I didn't eat. That's one thing I could tell you. Never. And so it's a part of our life. It's a part of our history. It's a part of our culture. You know what I mean? That this is what we do. We eat in times of happiness. We eat in times of sadness. And so if we're raised this way, right, to believe that you eat when you're happy and you eat when you're sad, then how am I supposed to break those fucking generational curses? Because that's a generational type of behavior that I'm displaying. I'm just realizing that now, that this comes from generational behaviors. I was born to know that you eat when you're happy and you eat when you're sad, when you lose someone. That's why we are emotional eaters. I fucking can't believe that shit. We've been doing it for generations. Like it doesn't even matter. No matter what, you go through a breakup, you're going to eat something. You're going to drink, you're going to eat, whatever it may be. But that's where it comes from. And that's why I'm now realizing it's so hard to change your relationship with food, because it's just the way you've been living your life as a kid. You've been raised in this way. That's all that is. And now we are beginning to change our habits with food. And so we're beginning to raise our children and their relationship with food differently, because we know the effects of it. Because I'm going to tell you, when I was a kid, obesity among children was not an issue. I mean, you had some kids who was a little bigger, you know what I'm saying? But their whole family was big shit. So you thought that, that's just how they are. I don't know if they're just big from eating. They're just big people because the whole family of them are big people. And so it's like, but obesity was not an issue when we were kids. I don't remember it being like this really big thing. You know what I'm saying? And now childhood obesity is a huge issue in America today. And I don't know, it's just because the food has gotten worse, or better yet, I think what happened is that kids have gotten lazy. Tablets, computers, video games keep our children inside. When I was growing up, we fucking played outside from the sun up to the sundown till the goddamn street lights came on. And when those street light came on, it was time for you to go in the house. That's just how we did. We were very active kids. We played sports. I was a cheerleader. You know what I mean? Like, we were very active. We were outside. We didn't want to be inside, because if we was inside, I knew my mom was going to make me do shit. So I don't want to be in the house having to get her water, get her this, get her that. I'm going outside with my friends. I'm going to play all day, all night. We got tag. Listen, we can fucking play tag from first thing in the morning to late at night. That goddamn tag game can last forever. I don't know if any of y'all out there ever played tag. If you've ever played fucking tag as a kid, you know you can play that game a long ass time, because there's going to be somebody ass that you just cannot catch. Right? And they out there, even hide and seek, you got somebody out here who's fucking hiding in a place that you can't even find their ass. They like somewhere under a damn rock or something. But you can play those games all night long, all day and all night. And that's what I remember about my childhood. That's why childhood obesity was not an issue for us growing up. My generation, because I'm 48. So my generation, we didn't have that issue. But now today, because these kids are too much into TikTok, Instagram, Reels, everything is done in the house. They're into their video games, Roblox, you know, all that stuff that they play. They spend so much time sitting on their ass versus getting up and going outside and playing. I force these kids in my house to go outside and play. And then when they're out there, they act like they don't know what to do. I'm like, I don't know, go build a goddamn fort. Go build a tree house, or go build, I don't know, go play with that rock over there. Like, we would go outside, and if it was a tree log, a branch, a stick, I don't know, an old tire, whatever the fuck you found in your neighborhood, we knew how to play with it. We knew how to take it, make it something, and play with it. That's what we did. I don't know, these kids now, they go outside and they looking at the grass and all that kind of stuff, and they kind of like, what you want me to do with this? And I'm like, I don't know, go play tag. Go play freeze tag. Go do something. Go play. They don't know how to play. They don't know how to go outside and play. They want to come back in the house. It's too hot. It's too hot. I'm thirsty. I want a snack. This is the kind of stuff that they say because they don't know how to just be outside and play. Listen, maybe I'm going on a rant right now, but I'm just saying, I'm just recognizing that this is what it's been this whole time. Our childhoods were different. You know, and I know these kids are on these devices too much. I look at the kids in the house and I'm like, you know what? We got to take these damn devices from them sometimes because they're so addicted to them. It's like you take it away from them. I swear to God, they're walking around the house like fucking zombies. They're walking around like, they're just walking around with their eyes like, don't know what to do, just back and forth, wondering. You're just like, you are too young to be pacing. Why are you in here pacing? And then you look and you realize, well, where's your tablet? Oh, it's on the charger. That's why your ass is in here pacing. Well, what you're not going to do is sit here and pace back and forth in front of me because I'm watching this TV and you have to get your ass out of my way and go upstairs and play with a toy. That's what I know. But they don't know what to do without the device. And I have to take it from them because they're just too dependent on them. And I know a lot of us just give it to them so they can just leave us alone. Like, here, take a tablet, go over there, leave me alone, go play. Because I want to do my thing over here. But we have to take these tablets from their asses. They spend too much time on them to the point where these kids are killing their parents. If you take a tablet or a phone from them and they want it back so bad that they're killing their parents over it. That's truly like an addiction. These kids are addicted to their tablets. And honestly, it's our fault because they can't buy it themselves. We buy it for them. And they're so addicted to it. They're so good at it. They're very much computer savvy. That's 100%. And that's a good quality to have. But at the same time, they're just too dependent on these tablets for their entertainment, for their fun. They depend on YouTube so much. And I'm just like, you know what kills me? And I don't know if anybody else is bothered with this. Kids will sit on YouTube and watch other kids play with toys, rather than go and play with their own fucking toys. They will sit on YouTube and watch other kids play. They'll watch them play with their toys. They'll watch them play outside. They'll watch them build shit outside with boxes and all types of stuff. And the parents are out there playing with them. They will watch people play on YouTube and not play themselves. What is that? Who does that? We never did that as kids. If I see somebody outside playing, bitch, I'm going to play with them. I like how they're playing. I'm going to play with them. I'm not going to watch somebody play on YouTube. That is so crazy. But this is what these kids do. This is what they do. It is like mind-blowing to me what they do. And I know as parents, we're kind of like, well, shit, long they ain't bother me. I don't care. But we have to take these tablets from them. They spend too much time on them. They spend way too much time on them and not enough time being creative outside. I felt like being outside really gave us a sense of creativity because we had to invent games to play. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, we really had to invent stuff to play. We didn't just play the games that we knew. We had to invent some stuff to play. Like, we really did. Like, the kids, I don't even know if they can. They playing our old games because they ain't got no new games to play outside because they don't play outside. So they're out there playing freeze tag and they're out there playing hide and seek. All that stuff that we played back in the day, that's what they're playing because they don't play outside. They don't have no new games. Nobody invented new games to play outside. They're playing the same old shit. They're recycling all of our old games that we played. That's what they're doing. But there are tons of new games on their app, on their tablets to play, but not for outside. They play jump rope, they skip, they hop, they do all that stuff. We've been skipping and hopping, playing hopscotch and skip. We've been doing that shit for years, and they don't have any new games to play. I've never seen a kid outside play a new game that I'm like, oh, what game is that? Never. And I've been to the park with tons of kids, and none of these kids don't play. Their asses around there playing tag. That's what they're playing. You it, tag, you it. That's what they're playing. They're not playing nothing else because they don't have no new outside games to play. It stopped with us. That was it. We did all the new outside games, and they don't have any more. There's none. Not one. Not one. So I know I've been on here ranting, and I have. And like I said, I've been doing this because I want to see if my lives actually happen on Facebook and YouTube. But we got to get our kids outside more. We got to get our kids outside more. We really do. You know what I'm saying? And we got to make sure that they take time away from these tablets so they can actually have an opportunity to be creative and be outside, you know? And I just feel like 2023 should be that year. 2023 should just be the year of a whole new shit, a lot of new shit that needs to just happen. That's what 2023 should be about, honestly. Not just about you, but you need to get them kids outside. We got to set some goals and manifest some stuff for our kids. That's what we need to do. Because they need to live their life different. We need to really switch things up for them. We really do. We just depend too much on these tablets to raise our kids. You know what I'm saying? Not even raise them, but just to distract our kids. We raise them, but to distract them. We really do. Need to take that tablet away. Like, we take our tablet away at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, you're done. You know, they don't get it back, of course, till they come home from school. And then by 8 o'clock, you're finished. You're finished with the tablet. Look at TV. I don't know. Play with some toys in your room. We bought them damn toys for Christmas. Play with them. I'm tired of buying toys for Christmas and you not playing with them, and they're not playing with them. It's like, what did I buy these toys for? For what? I should just gave you Roblox gift card and you'd have been good. And I have to go out there and shop for them toys and stand in lines, in the long ass lines to get them toys for you just not to play with them. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, guys. It's ridiculous. And I know I said a lot in this show and it wasn't even supposed to go on for this long, but it has. Maybe I'll just throw it up as a bonus episode for season 2, I guess, because I went on so long. But this shit crazy, y'all. It's crazy out here. It's crazy out here in these streets in 2023. But listen, I'm going to close it off and I'm going to say this. Let's manifest what we want in our lives in 2023. Let's stop the bullshit. Let's stop playing. Let's stop making excuses. Let's really get our mind in the right place. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop saying we can't focus, because we know how to focus. When it's something we really want, we know how to focus on it. So let's focus on what we truly want, that will really, truly benefit our lives. Let's stop thinking about how hard shit is, and let's just do it. Let's not talk ourselves out of it. Don't talk about it a lot to everybody. Don't talk about it a lot to yourself. Just do it. If you say you're going to work out, just do it. Don't tell about, oh, I got to go home and work out, girl. Oh, no, I'm going to go home and work out. Oh, I got to go home and work out at 6. I'm going home to work out. I'm going to do it. No, just do it. Don't talk about it. Don't even talk to yourself about it. Just get up and do it. Put your clothes out. Be ready to go. That's all you got to do. Prepare for it. Manifest it. Prepare for it. That's all you got to do. That's what you need to do for 2023. Manifest what you want and take action steps towards it. Don't just talk about it. Take real action steps towards it. Faith without works is dead. You can have all the faith in the world, but if you don't work towards it, it's not going to happen. So let's just do that. Also, 2023, take away these kids' goddamn devices for a while. Get them kids outside the place so they can make up some new games to play. Okay, I'm tired of playing that old shit. Like, make up something new. So get the kids outside. Let them go outside. Take them to and tell them go outside and play. When the weather gets a little warm, or even if it's better, weather is good enough for you to wear a damn jacket outside, these kids are going outside. You best believe that. Because then they're sitting up in here, running up and down my damn steps, bothering me the whole time for snacks, when they can be outside playing, and I can be in here left alone by myself. That's what we want. But then still, I got to watch them when they go outside because, you know, they're young and, you got to make sure your kids are protected. So, but they need to get outside and play. So that's some of the things we need to do for 2023. Fuck them resolutions. Let's manifest what we need in our lives. Don't make yourself a long list. Keep it short. If you want 2 or 3 things on the list, just accomplish those 2 or 3 things. Don't go to the end of this year and feel and disappoint yourself. Don't do it. Don't set yourself up for disappointment. You don't have to do that. You can really set yourself up for success. Be realistic about what you truly can do. A lot of people is like, oh, I'm gonna start this year off right. I'm eat no carbs, no sugar, no nothing. Stop. That's unrealistic. You know what I mean? It's hard to quit cold turkey for something when you be eating that shit your whole life, right? So it's hard to just quit cold turkey. So what you need to do is do it gradually. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to have carbs with every meal. Do something that's realistic so you can really reach your goal. That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling you can't do it, but be realistic about what you can do. That's all I'm saying, because that's what I'm doing myself. I'm being very realistic about what Shawnee can do. That's what I can tell you. I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, I could go on a liquid diet. Bitch, I cannot do a liquid diet. That's not happening for me. There's no way in hell I can do. I'm being 100% honest. But what I can do is make healthier choices and be conscious about what I put in my mouth. That's what I can do. And enjoy what I do put in my mouth. Enjoy the healthy things that I put in my mouth that I choose to eat. That's what I can do, and that's what I'm going to do. So be intentional, but be realistic. And listen, I'm so glad you guys hung out with me for this show. I appreciate you guys for listening. I hope the live stream actually worked, because I want to do more lives on these different platforms with the podcast. I think it'd be really awesome. And I look forward to season 2 coming February 2nd. Remember, we launch new episodes every Thursday. So starting February 2nd will be the first episode of season 2 of the Girl Take No podcast. So make sure you guys download the podcast on all your favorite streaming platforms. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Make sure you follow, like this video, share this video, like this podcast. If you listen to the audio piece of it, like it, share it, review it. We would love to hear from you guys. Make sure you engage with me, because I love to hear, and let me know what you guys want to see on this platform and what you want to hear. You know what I mean? And who you think you might want to see me to interview on this show as well. I'm always open to your suggestions. Okay. So listen, I'm Shawnee Sanders. This is the Girl Take No podcast, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. And I hope the live work. I really do. I really hope the live work. I'm about to check it right now. I'm going to end it, and I'm going to check it. I'm going to let it roll, and I'm going to see what happens. Because if I throw this on YouTube, I mean, I don't know if I can edit if it's live, and then fuck it, it's just on there. I don't really see it, but I'm going to end this show.